All right, so in this video, we're going to be taking a look at people with tattoo regret. Tattoo regret, especially in this day and age, or actually in the future, it's going to become something that's probably really popular with the amount of tattoos people are getting now. I have one tattoo myself, and I regret it. I wish I never got it. It's something that I got when I was like 19 or 20 years old. You know, my friends called me up. They're like, "Hey, we're planning on going to get some tattoos this weekend. You want to go?" And I was just like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Didn't really put any thought into it or anything. Just first thing that popped into my head was like, "Yeah, I'll get that." Which, of course, bad idea, right? Bad idea. Never do anything. Never make a decision like that. That's gonna be like permanent. And just make it like on a whim. Think it through first. But tattoo regret is a real thing. So let's check out what these people have to say.
So I just got a new tattoo and I regret it. I absolutely regret it. It's been like 5 days, so let's take it off together while I tell you why I regret it. Okay, so basically on Sunday, I went to a KVD event and they were giving out flash tattoos. And I cannot say no to a tattoo on the spot, right? So of course, I go for a tattoo, and the flash tattoo, there was a lot of options. I'll insert a picture right here for you to see. I chose a flower. Last minute, the tattoo artist was like, "You want it there?" And I was like, no. Then I was like, okay, wait, let me just get the cherries. It was like, okay, yeah, it'll be so cute, like, because I have another tattoo right here, right? So then I'm sitting there, him tattooing me already, and I can't just say like stop, right? So I'm like, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this cherry tattoo. Now I have to lie to people and say that cherries are my favorite fruit, because why would I tattoo on myself? This is the most meaningless tattoo ever.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was just saying about like just getting a tattoo on a whim. She says she just walked into this place. She saw these pictures of tattoos and she just, yeah, give me that. And then in an instant, somebody was able to talk her out of it just by saying one little thing. And then she switched her mind to something else that she didn't even really want in the first place. And now she's with a tattoo in a very visible place that she doesn't even want. Think it through. If you're going to get a tattoo, think it through.
I just, the cherries are just very questionable.
And honestly, I recommend don't even get tattoos. Honestly, they're not even cool anymore. Like so many people get them and so many people get covered in them that it's not even cool anymore. Right? It's like, and honestly, I'm sorry, women, but I'm going to blame you for it, because anytime women get a hold of something, it becomes the new trend. They just overdo it to the point where it's not cool anymore. And that's what's been going on with tattoos for the last few years, where it's become extremely trendy for girls to get tattoos, and they're just covering their bodies. They're getting the full sleeves and they're getting neck tattoos. And there's just so many people getting it that it's not cool anymore. It looks stupid. Half these people, they're getting tattoos that don't even fit their personalities or what they look like. And just, it's too much. Right? It's kind of like how back in the 90s and the early 2000s, girls kind of ruined Mustangs, like the car, because for some reason, the Mustang became very popular among girls to the point where every girl had to get one, and they were all driving around in these little 6-cylinder or even 4-cylinder Mustangs. And it looked fucking stupid to the point where they ruined the Mustangs for a long time. It became known as a chick ride.
I've honestly never admitted this out loud. Don't get the tattoos. Like, they're so fun and they're so cool and they're so meaningful in the moment and you love them, and then you're not going to anymore. There are about 5 tattoos on my arm that I cannot stand to look at. And granted, some of them are like matching tattoos with people. First of all, never get a matching tattoo with a significant other. It's a curse, and it's also just a bad idea. Even if you're married, like, I just don't think it's ever a good idea. I went through a phase where like I had blue hair, I had purple hair, I had pink hair. I dressed very differently than I do now. I wasn't trying to be professional in any way, shape, or form. I was kind of just like a punk, I guess. And that reflected in the way that I dressed and like the way that I accessorized. Some of the tattoos I got, like, they're so stupid, right? I'm not saying that tattoos are unprofessional. Mine are. I have a mango ollieing on a skateboard on my arm. Like, I have a stack of pancakes on my arm. And when I'm personally going to speak on a panel at Forbes or at the World Government Summit in Dubai, I'd rather not have a pancake on my arm for people to be like, all right, I can't take this girl seriously. So just
Yeah,
like
really.
double think the tattoos or put them in spaces that you can hide.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, um, she brought up a point too of like, you're gonna regret the tattoos, yeah, and especially if you get, like she said, she had pancakes, like ridiculous tattoos that really have no meaning. uh, when you're young, when you're in your 20s and you're getting tattoos, this is why people always say, oh, wait till you're at least in your 30s to get a tattoo. When you're in your 20s and you get a tattoo, you're not going to like the same things that you like when you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s or whatever, right? I mean, the things that I liked when I was in my 20s, especially in my young 20s, I wouldn't want tattoos of those things now. I mean, you're going to have different hobbies, right? You're going to have different taste in music, different taste in movies or whatever, just different taste in everything in general. So just because you like something and you're really into something when you're 21, 22, 23 years old, doesn't mean you're going to be into that when you're 31, 32, 33, or even 40s, 50s, right? So getting trendy tattoos, I mean, what was it? What was that armband one? The tribal band that a lot of people got. Stay away from trendy tattoos. Like just ridiculous tattoos that have no meaning, like her with the pancakes. Put more thought. If you're going to get a tattoo, put more thought into it. Make sure it's something that is going to have meaning throughout your entire life. Not just, when you were 22 years old, you were really into skateboarding. And then by the time you were 25, you didn't care about skateboarding anymore, but they have skateboarding tattoos all over you, right? For the rest of your life or until you get them lasered off or something.
I have Daddy on my inner lip from my ex-boyfriend's album promo for a TikTok.
And this is exactly what I was talking about girls going overboard on things and ruining it. I mean, this girl just covered her entire body. And there's so many people out there, especially girls out there, who look like this now. And it's not cool. It looks stupid. Every girl looks like this now.
You were a good girlfriend.
Yeah, I hate him now.
Times where face tattoos went horribly wrong. I'd like to introduce you to a girl named Kimberly Vermack, better known as the Starface. Now, Kimberly always wanted tattoos, so on her 18th birthday, she ended up going to the closest tattoo shop and requesting 3-star tattoos on the left side of her face. She spoke with the tattoo artist, came up with a design, and then they got to tattooing. Now, she claimed that she fell asleep during the tattoo process just to wake up to find 56 stars tattooed on the left side of her face. Devastated, she ended up suing the tattoo artist for $14,000 for her laser tattoo removal. However, an investigation started and they found out that there were some inconsistencies with Kimberly's story. Ended up confessing, saying that she liked the look of the 56 stars tattooed across her face, but ended up blaming the tattoo artist once her father found out and negatively said things about her tattoos, leaving her with a face full of stars.
Tattoos I regret getting, and they get progressively weirder. First one is this lady on my arm. I feel like no matter what angle, she always just kind of looks bloated in her face. Number 2 on the same arm, I really like candy corn. I drew this, it looks like. Next one is the line. I actually do love this tattoo. Also, everyone loves to ask, how far down does that go? And I'm like, excuse me, that's dirty. Miley Cyrus as a zombie. All in all, I really like all my tattoos, but I got them when I was...
Why? Don't get a tattoo of somebody else on it, especially if it's somebody you don't know. Don't get a tattoo of a celebrity or a musician, whatever. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you get a tattoo of somebody else? Somebody you don't even know.
Really young, and if I would have waited a little bit longer, I think I would have done... Okay, this was his vision. It probably took him like 4 to 6 hours to do it. This is like a halfway point. That's my foot. Disgusting. So here we are, 10 years later. I am now 29, and I'm rocking the zombie Miley. Now, a lot of people in the comments are saying, I can get it lasered, I can get it covered up, and I know that, but the guy who taught me how to tattoo recently passed away, and I don't think I want to cover or rework any of the things.
So what if he passed away? I mean, was he a family member? Was he your brother? I mean, maybe if he was a close family member, I could understand that, but was he just an acquaintance? Was he just the guy that did your tattoo? Who cares? People die all the time. Get rid if you don't. That's a stupid reason to keep a stupid tattoo. Oh, the guy who did it died. So what? Get rid of it. You don't like it? Get rid of it. It's a stupid tattoo.
Things that he did on me. So Miley will live forever on me and now in your hearts. So thank you.
So I've made the difficult decision to start to remove my tattoos. After like a lot of time and consideration, I just feel like I've outgrown them and they don't really match my aesthetic anymore. Like I just feel like internally I'm a lot more like clean girl than my tattoos would like give off. It's just really hard because like I feel like my...
Yeah, her tattoos give off a different vibe than what she looks like, right? And I don't know what it is with a lot of girls getting these like kind of spiky like neck tattoos. Like sometimes you'll see them with lightning bolts. Sometimes they're like hers, where they're just, I don't know, lines, random lines that don't. What is that? What does that mean? Like they're literally saying, yeah, just put something there because it looks cool or something. It's like you end up looking like her. Like it doesn't. Those tattoos. She looks like a little sweet, nice, sweetheart girl. Those tattoos that she has, they don't fit her style, her vibe. Like
My aesthetic is a lot more girly, and tattoos kind of give an inherently masculine vibe, and I just feel like I'm not connecting with my feminine self because the tattoos are so masculine. I also really want to find like a provider husband one day, and I just don't think that someone who's like a high value male will like want to date someone with a lot of tattoos like me. Like the type of husband that I want wants a pure woman, and I don't look like a pure woman. And at the end of the day, community is something that's really important to me, and I just don't feel like I look like who I vote for, and so I feel like that's going to be really off-putting to my peers. So yeah, that's why I regret my tattoos.
yeah, everything she said was really good. You know, the one thing she said about the tattoos making her look masculine. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you ask girls, like, why do you like guys with that have tattoo sleeves and stuff like that that are covered in tattoos? The girls say, oh, because it makes them look masculine. Well, guess what? It also makes you look masculine. All right. Guys don't want to date girls that look masculine, just like girls don't want to date guys that look feminine. You know, and then she went on to say a few other things. I wish I could remember them off the top of my head, but yeah, that was a really good clip. She made some good points. And speaking of looking feminine, here's this guy. Let's see what he has to say. Holy emo, really?
It made international.
Yeah, like that last girl, man. I wouldn't. She's a pretty girl, but she just ruined her look with how, like, I mean, I'm no prize myself, but if that girl said, hey, you want to go out on a date? I'd be like, no, I don't, because those tattoos look fucking stupid, and you look stupid with that. If you didn't have those tattoos, absolutely. But because you have those tattoos, I don't care anything else. I'm not dating you. You look fucking stupid.
News when a woman got her boyfriend's name tattooed on her forehead, but it turns out the entire thing was a hoax in order to draw eyeballs and attention for this important message. Watch this, especially you young women.
I regret my tattoo, but not this one, because this is actually not a real tattoo. And the reason why I trick the whole internet is that I have a message to young people and all of the people who wants to get covered in tattoos. I want everyone to know that I regret my tattoos and you might regret yours when you get older. So if I influence people, I want to influence people in the right way.
Yeah, and again, another good point. She was a very pretty girl. Looked like she was very sweet, but those tattoos around her neck and her shoulders just looked horrible, just ruined. The thing about girls with tattoos, it's different than guys with tattoos, right? When a girl gets a tattoo, say a girl is on a scale 1 to 10 looks wise, let's say she's an 8. Once she starts getting tattoos, the best she can hope for is that she stays an 8. But in reality, what happens is that with each tattoo you get, or wherever the tattoo is or how big it is, you're going to drop, right? Like, let's say the girl in that last video, let's go back right here. Let's say she's an 8. Those tattoos drop her down to a 6 in my book, right? If she didn't have those tattoos, she'd still be an 8. You know, with apparently with guys, you know, it's different. Girls see guys with tattoos and it can bump them up in the attractiveness department. But with girls, it bumps you down. And the best you can hope for is that you stay where you are, and you're probably not gonna. You know, another thing, you have to understand. When you get a tattoo, you have to understand how you look, right? How is that tattoo going to fit in with how you look, right? What is your personality? Is that tattoo going to contradict what your personality is? I mean, are you going to have to change your personality just to fit your tattoo? and then you have to go around with this fake personality for your entire life. I'll try to hold on. Let me see if I can find some pictures really quick. Okay. So I found a picture of this guy here, right? Not a guy that like is an intimidating looking guy or anything like that, right? Like if you walked into a bar and you saw this guy sitting there, you wouldn't be like, oh shit, I better watch out what I say around that guy, right? But then let's take a look at this, right? Again, you're not going to be intimidated by this guy. But now he's got these brass knuckles tattooed onto his hand, right? So what he looks like is contradicting what his tattoo is showing, right? His tattoo is trying to say like, hey, I'm this tough guy. You better watch out for me, right? I'll fight you. Again, if this guy walked into the wrong bar, like if he walked into a biker bar, right? An outlaws bar, and they saw him sitting there with his goofy little mustache and his goofy little face, right? Then they saw him with that tattoo of the brass knuckles. They're gonna want to test him, right? They're gonna, you think you're a tough guy? Well, let's find out how tough you are, right? His tattoos don't match how he looks, and you really have to take that into consideration of what you look like, what your personality is before you get a tattoo, among a lot of other things you have to take into consideration. Again, my opinion: stay away from tattoos. They're overdone. They don't look good anymore. They don't look cool. They don't make you look like a badass. So that's all I got to say in this one. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section on this. And thank you for watching.